मैनेजमेंट को लीड। तो हेलो, आप लोगों को तो पता है व्हाट इज बिल्ड विद उद्यमी, और हमारी जैसे भी क्लासेस चल रही है, आई होप आपका एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा होगा। तो आज की हम क्लासेस स्टार्ट करते हैं। फॉर दैट आपको वेबसाइट तो पता होगी, द वेबसाइट रिवील यू ऑलरेडी नो नाउ। फॉर टुडेज स्पॉन्सर, द ओएस कोड। So OS Code, India's fastest growing developer community for CSIT and AI students. What it does, it has 50,000 plus community members, top tier mentors, hackathons, and DSA preparation with 362 plus free events. Baki, और we give a big thank you to OS Code for supporting Build with Udyami 2026. आप इनको चेकआउट कर सकते हैं, इनकी लिंक हमने डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे रखी है। एंड यू गाइस नो गैलेक्सी वॉर। तो व्हाट इज अ गैलेक्सी? आप यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं, आपकी टीम, योर टीम, आप अपनी टीम बनाएंगे और आपकी टीम को अराइवल के टाइम पे एक कॉस्मोस लाइक दिया जाएगा, और आप इसमें क्या कर सकते हैं, अपनी टीम वर्क एंड को बेटर कर सकते हैं और साथ में फाइट कर सकते हैं, और फाइट करके आप अपनी कलेक्टिव एक्सपी को बढ़ाएंगे। और जो भी जीतेगा उनको लाइक एंड ऑफ द वीक टॉप टियर पर रखा जाएगा, लाइक वीकली इवेंट्स जो हम कराएंगे। फॉर दैट बेनिफिट्स क्या होंगे इसकी? द टॉप गैलेक्सी रिवॉर्ड्स, the top 5 people of winning Galaxy by the end of the event will receive our shout outs on social media from our side. जो भी टीम जीतेगी हम उन्हें शॉर्ट आउट देंगे, उन्हें पोस्ट करेंगे सोशल मीडिया पे। एंड फॉर टुडे अटेंडेंस कोड, प्लीज आप ये कोड यूज कर सकते हैं, इसे देख लें। कि तो मैं आज के इंट्रोडक्शन पे चलता हूँ। लाइक आई होप लोगों ने लिख लिया होगा। सो आई वेलकम अभिषेक सर। So let me give a little brief about Abhishek sir. So Abhishek sir is a software development engineer at Hessian by Deloitte, where he works on building scalable, secure, and cloud-native software solutions with expertise spanning modern web technology, backend system, cloud platforms, and software architecture. He has experience developing applications that solve real-world business and challenges at scale. So I hope हमने काफ़ी मेहनत की है सर को लाने में, और हमारा एक्सपीरियंस काफ़ी अच्छा हुआ, और सर भी अपने नॉलेज एंड एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर करेंगे जो हमें लाइक अपने रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करने में मदद करें। सो आई वुड लाइक टू हैंड ओवर द क्लास टू अभिषेक सर। थैंक यू।
Yeah, thank you, Satyadeep. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to session. I'll just share my screen. Just give me a minute. Let me know if my screen is visible. Okay. So before we start today's session, just wanted to give you highlight about what we'll be covering today, and what other things will be going to touch. So I'll just keep as so mostly I will be giving you brief about OAuth and how our authentication. Let me just write. And then another one is like we'll have an overview of FE and B, whatever we have made. Just before that, let me just show you. Just try to check out my repo. I have uploaded all my codes and everything in this repo. So all the B and FE codes, whatever we were making from day one. I have uploaded in this repo. Let me just. Yeah, this is about session 4. We have all the repos and everything. So try to just get the data, get everything from here, get the content from here. Let me come back on this one. So overview about front-end and back-end. We'll be also covering about the integration part of back-end and front-end. And also we'll be covering a connection of DB. And at last, we'll be deploying all the
सर का थोड़ा नेटवर्क चला गया है तो अ, तब तक हमें वेट करना पड़ेगा। तो बाकी आप लोग बताइए, आपकी प्रिपरेशन कैसे चल रही है? हाउ इज योर प्रिपरेशन? बाकी आप लोगों ने लाइक कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाए? हम्म। बाकी डिस्कॉर्ड वाली गैंग का है भाई? एटलीस्ट एटलीस्ट वो तो है। आई वॉच स्पैम कर दो डिस्कॉर्ड में। हम्म। निखिल भाई, उसका एडमिन का है डिस्कॉर्ड का। ताकि 20 जुलाई को कॉलेज खुलने वाला है, अगर किसी को पता नहीं हो तो वैसे सबको मिल। थैंक यू थैंक यू। अभी अभी ब्रोकर से लिया है नया हाउस। उसको उसकी ब्रोकरेज देनी है। काफी खर्चा है। अभी तो सब घर पे होंगे। लेटेंट, हाँ लेटेंट का नया एपिसोड देखा सबने? यार, क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? लेटेंट का एपिसोड नहीं देख रहे हो? हाँ, सही सही बोला भाई, चाय तो बनती है एक। हमें एक पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, चाय विद उद्यमी। चिकन टिक्का। हम्म, हम्म। ऐसे कुछ वेज में भी बताओ। चाय विद उद्यमी, वहां पे आके लोग अपने अनफिल्टर्ड थॉट शेयर करेंगे कॉलेज के बारे में। हम्म। विद चाय, हाँ। होपफुली चाय तो होनी चाहिए। स्पॉन्सर स्पॉन्सर देख लिया जाएगा। वैसे भी ग्रेटर नोएडा में चाय वालों के पास बहुत पैसे हैं तो। कोई एक चाय वाला स्पॉन्सर कर देगा तो उनको भी बुला लेंगे, उनकी दुकान का लगा देंगे। क्या? सही में? हम्म, काफी पॉपुलर चाय वाला है भाई। आई होप तुम लोग ने उसकी चाय भी पी होगी। बदमाश चाय वाला। मेरे तरफ एक बदनाम चाय वाला था, मैंने वो कोई फ्रेंचाइजी पता नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने उससे कई सारे देख लिए। क्या ये, गांधीनगर रेलवे स्टेशन। हम्म, और द बॉयज किसने खत्म कर दी? काफी लेम क्वेश्चन है, लेकिन फिर भी। गुजरात की चाय बहुत अच्छी होती है। जिन विन। चलो, जब तक सर नहीं आते एटलीस्ट चाय बनाने की रेसिपी लिख दो। प्रोजेक्ट्स देख रहे हैं, प्रोजेक्ट्स तो बन जाएंगे इसके बाद, लेकिन चाय बनाना भी आनी चाहिए। बॉयल वाटर टेक्स्ट। निखिल भाई दूध लेने गए, क्यों आएंगे? अरे, बिग फैन सर, बिग फैन। प्लीज थोड़ा मुझे बताएं कि आप कौन हैं। बॉयल वाटर के बाद भी कुछ होगा ना? पानी गर्म हो गया, अब क्या करना है? मिक्सी में लो 100 ग्राम चना, ठीक। नहीं, मैगी भी एक अच्छा ऑप्शन है। लेकिन हम वो कर रहे थे ना, तो चाय विद उद्यमी। मैगी विद मैगी विद उद्यमी, फिर वो दूसरा हो जाएगा। हेलो। हाय। जैसे किसके हॉस्टल में खाना अच्छा है, अगर कोई रहता है तो। और मैं किसके ऐसे पूछ रहा हूँ, लाइक बहुत लोग देख रहे हैं बट फिर भी। हम्म, कोयल जैसी आवाज निकलेगी। करेक्ट। ऐसे जो पीछे दिया दिख रहा है, ये कभी बुझता नहीं है। किस साइड है? ओ, मैं इन्वर्टेड हूँ। क्रेजी। तो अपने में लाइव देख रहे हो? काफी महंगी है। तो ये मैंने सारी बुक्स पढ़ ली हैं। भाई, तुम लोग डिस्कॉर्ड इतना तेज टाइप करते हो, इस पे क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हो? जल्दी जल्दी करो टाइप। सर आ रहे हैं, सर आ रहे हैं। एक्चुअली क्या हो गया, वहाँ पे कुछ टेक्निकल इशू आ गया सर के पास, तो उसको जैसे ही सॉर्ट आउट करें बदल दें। हमारी 7 की वॉचिंग हो चुकी है साला। मैं पढ़ा हूँ, क्या पढ़ना है बताओ? फिर टॉपिक बताओ, मैं पढ़ाऊंगा। दिस पॉसिबल। आई एग्री। लेकिन कुछ हॉस्टल का खाना अच्छा है। क्या तो नाम था उसका? उसमें पुष्कर भी रहता है। 3D 3D प्रिंटिंग क्यों पढ़ना है आपको? हेलो रचित भाई। लाइक मे बी शायद कॉलेज खुलने के बाद एक 3D प्रिंटिंग की मैं वो लूँ, वर्कशॉप वगैरह, शायद मैम ने कहा था मेरे को।
Yeah, hi Sandeep.
चलो करा चुके हैं। हेलो सर।
Hello, just give me 2 more minutes. I'll be joining. I'm just turning on the laptop.
Yes, yes. You can check out areka.com and areka underscore official on the Instagram. अरे मृदुल दी, हेलो। कैसी हैं आप? तो क्या मैं भी थोड़ा सा अपना प्रमोशन कर ही दूंगा। मुझे नहीं पता, इन्हें कैसे पता? मैंने तो प्रमोट भी नहीं किया। क्या पता ये मेरा कोई दोस्त हो। दिस पॉसिबल। ओके। तुम्हारा वो था क्या जो तुम लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म बड़ी कर रहे थे?
Yeah. So can we start?
या यश, यश।
Okay. I'll just quickly share my screen again.
ओके भाई।
I hope my screen is visible.
यस यस यस।
Yeah. Thank you, Sandeep. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry. There was some power issue, and that's why I got dropped off. Yeah. So coming back to the things which we are going to cover is like authentication and overview of front-end and backend, and we'll do the integration and the connection of DB with the Atlas or MongoDB, you can say. And when then we have a deployment of FE and B. And then at the end, if we have enough time, if you guys have any questions, we'll answer that. So with that note, let me start. Mm, I just you know try to put some context and how we can use the authentication in our day-to-day life, and what will be the advantage of that. Day-to-day life means in our web development. Okay, yeah, we have this documentation. I guess Wi-Fi is still getting started, that's why it's slow. Let me save this as well. So, I mean, into the chat, we'll answer at the very end if you have anything. So, yeah. So, mostly I'll be here. Okay, let me before that, let me start with what is the authentication? Why do we need it? And most importantly, so we have a multiple authentication things. Okay, like we have JWT, we have username and password. Like very difficult, so you can utilize, okay, and decide based on that when and where to use. Mostly we heard about JWT, but just overview is like something to hide or to encode it. I mean, it's like a more of a, it's not a encrypted, not encoded. It's not an encrypted something. It's like encoded, and encoded is like we can for sure decode it as well. We can see the data, but the advantage we have is like we can't change the data. And that's why it's always preferable that don't use your password or sensitive information into while encoding the JWT. Okay, so let me just come up with few diagrams for you, which basically differentiate more of it. Yeah. So I'll just try to cover JWT first, and let's see what are the things we have in this. Okay, so we have divided this into three parts. Okay, so one of the thing is, let me just copy this only. One of the thing is it's a header. I'll just show you also. There is a header, and then there is a payload, and then there is a signature. Now, thing based on what JWT is divided, and header part. Another one is the payload part. Header part stores what algorithm we have used, what type of token it is. So this is majorly thing we stored in header part. Then payload part is your actual data, and signature part is like how we have compute signature part. So let me give you more of a information on header part. I'll just share you one more diagram, or else let me just pull JWT.io. Zoom in a bit. Yeah. So like I was stating there, there's a three parts. One is header, then another one is payload, and then another one is JWT signature verification. Now, what this header does is it just tell you what kind of algorithm we have used. Here we have HS256. We have other, few more. So, starting with the HS as well. So these are the information we use in header. Now, the type of algorithm or type of token, it is JWT. Okay. Now, there's a payload after this. Just give me a minute. My screen is lagging a bit. I'll just switch my Wi-Fi. Yeah. So yeah, and then there's a payload picture comes into it. Payload is like what are the information you are storing into the JWT. There's a sub, there's a name, admin. It could be anything, but the majorly part we store here is issue timing, expiration timing. What we usually use in everyday what we are making as a web page. Okay, so I'll just come all the definition and everything here. Now, the coming back to what we store into signature part. So signature part is basically a hash that is created by combination of encoder header and payload, and a secret key. Secret key that you store, in the form of a string in your env variable, or you can put into your env variable. Majorly will. Otherwise, there's some more ways, which is if you use HashiCorp Vault, this is the vault secret. This is a HashiCorp Vault. This is again values to store, and this is again you can pull it from your cloud DBs, cloud environments, or anywhere. Okay, this is also one of the ways. So majorly this is because of that. This is what we store in secrets. There's a string part, and okay. Now coming back to the JSON or the payload. Yeah, it's lagging. So in payload, you can store your information like your name, like your role, your ID, and the expiration time, the refresh time. Also, not very sensitive information. If you want, you can store the IDs associated with your personal profile. So these are the things you can store. But yeah, make sure you are not storing something which is a like you should not expose, like password, some secret, client secret or client ID, these kind of thing. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, this is about the JWT. Now, coming back, we have some more ways. Okay, we have some more ways to do the authentication. The one is simple by username and password. Another one is your OAuth. Okay. Now, where to use OAuth, where to use JWT, and where to use your username password. That is something we generally we are not able to decide these things. So these piece of information we can easily guess by the use of it. Okay, so I'll just come on that. Now, I'll just start from here. Okay. If you are using some single page application, okay, this is your single page application. Single page application means you don't have a lot more things to do. Just a 2 or 3 page of site where you have to put some static data. There might be data that is very sensitive, but yeah, I mean, you'll be able to manage the things. So in that, you can keep, of course, your username and password kind of thing. This is something you can use it. Okay. Now, this is something in that scenario. Now, if you are using some page where you need to log out instantly, okay, instantly means on one click you should be able to log out, and it should not persist your information within the data within your page. In that scenario, you can use your JWT. I'll just keep it here as instant logout. The screen is lagging. Just give me 1 more minute. Yeah. So if you are using something like you have to do instant logout, you can use the JWT. Now, there's a one more way that you wanted to use your how to use the JWT. Or let me put it in this way. Remove everything. This part. Keep it in this way. Okay. If it is instant logout, let me remove this as well and this as well. Just give me a minute. I'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah. So it is a single page application. You want instant logout. If it is a yes, but still there's a one more clause you can mention here. Use session HTTP cookie. Okay. Fine. I'll just come here. Yep. And then if it is a yes, let's make this if it is third party app or API. Sorry. That is the case. and just come here. Fine. If that is the case, then we'll be using. Okay, let me just ask again. Use GitHub or Google login? If this is this one, I'll just create again. Use OAuth 2.2, which will be a redirect to provider. Okay. Let me give you here. Yes. I'll just summarize this one till then. See, if you are using some single page application and it is a you don't want to, I mean, it is a single page application. If no, you want instant logout, then use HTTP only cookies. So within that, you can put your information, and I mean, with the help of that, it will be easy for you to log in and log out. Now, if you don't want it to be instant login logout, you can use a third party API. Okay, I mean, you can ask this if it is a third party API. If yes, like in our case, we are using we are intentionally creating another API and we are trying to use it. So in that case, I mean, I can still use Google or GitHub login, but that is like something very complex. You have to make one host page. Within that host page, you have to redirect and generate the token. So if that will be the case, I mean, you can ask, you want a GitHub login or Google login? If yes, then you can use your OAuth. Okay, OAuth will be nothing. It's just a provider. So it's like a you will be making one single page application. Single page will for now though Google also offer this page, static page. So it's like you will be having an option of Google and Facebook and GitHub. Okay, so with that help of it, when you click on that, you will be choosing your email or your username of GitHub. With that GitHub username or email, it will internally create a token. With that token, you will be having an option to redirect your page on some home page. So that is like redirect to provider. So provider is nothing but our page. So that is how we will be, I mean, in our case, that will be our home page. So with that help of, you can log in. Now, if it is a, I mean, just let me complete this diagram first. Not it is a no, we can use API keys, which is like a kind of a API. With the help of that, you can log in and log out. Okay, so loaded live data. Okay, now this is the another case. Now coming back, if it's not a third API, okay, sorry, if you don't want to use in that case, you can use the JWT sending authentication header. This is like with the every request, you will be sending a header. Now, this is what you can assume. Let me just do one more thing. if it is a single page, sorry. It is a single page application, and this will be as case of no. Let me just type it here. This also will come as no. Yeah, fine. So, I mean, if you see here, if it is single page application, if yes, okay, sorry, it's no, it should be yes. If it is a yes, then you can use your JWT, okay, which is like a send in. Now, if you want option to have an instant logout and need not to do lot more stuff, you can use and store the use HTTP only cookie. Now, if you don't want it to be happen, if you are using some third party API, you can utilize that API with the help of, you can use username and password. With the help of that, you can log in. Now, again, if it is third party API and you want to use a Google or GitHub login, you can still use your OAuth 2.0, which is a redirect provider. If not, you can use the JWT authentication header. Now keep this diagram in your mind, and with the help of this, you can decide on what basis, what your app requirement is, and based on that, you can utilize your application. Now, coming back to JWT send-in auth header, this is something we are utilizing it. Okay, so that's why I'm just giving some more context in this one. Now, there is a thing like if I have logged in for once, I mean, why I need to send the header again and again? Okay, so assume your HTTP request has amnesia. Okay, so it's like you don't know, it won't be able to remember that kind of thing. Okay, so if you have fired one request, it will just go fetch the information and come back. It won't process the memory. In the memory, it won't process the information. It won't say, okay, I have the header, I have the information, this user has logged in, I'll be sending the request and everything without a header. So in that scenario, I mean, assume you have to send your header every time, because your app doesn't know you have logged in or not. The only way he will be able to get to know with the help of your header. So that is one of the thing. Now, one more piece of information here I'll give is like, this is the format of, zoom in a bit. This is the format of your token, bearer XYZ. Okay. Now, why we always need a bearer, at the very starting of the token? So this is like a rule we have made. Bearer is like, I'm the owner of this token, and this is the way. Either Express or Spring Boot or any application you just start, digging into that, you will always find this kind of rule everywhere, because this is something JWT has established. Like, okay, this is the bearer is the owner, and we are sending the information. So that is what the meaning of this. Now, coming back to one of the, again, okay, let me just give you more insight on one more thing. So again, one of the topic I left in the last session is the course. Okay. Now, one more information, like course is something. Okay, let me just give you. Yeah, course is like, it prevents your page from accessing from different browser. So if this is your server, okay, now server doesn't know, okay, from where I should be sending the response. So generally it blocks from everywhere, anything from any place. It's that kind of behavior server will have. So now if there is a UI which is running on port, or let me just give you a local host port, which is this one. So this has three information. If you see here, we have this information, or this URL is divided into three parts. One is HTTP, another one is localhost, another one is localhost, another one is port. Server is running on some different port, or domain name. Let me keep it as 300. I'll keep it as 300. Right. Now, this is also divided into three parts. One is HTTP, then another one is localhost, and another one is port. Now, why cause error comes into picture? See, either of, if HTTP differs from this server, which is same in this case, this localhost differs from the server name, no, it's still same. Now, if the ports also differ from this server, like 3000, and here is for 5000, and see, that means the server on which this server is running, on the port which server is running, both are two different port, both are running on different port. That's why it always asks, okay, this is a cross origin, and this is something I don't expect the request should come from. And this is like same origin policy, or SOP, if you, give a read about it. This is SOP. Something like, okay, based on this, we'll be deciding on what, do I need to send, or do I need to send the response from this server or not? SOP. Yeah, you can just give a read about it. Okay. Now, in our case, the port is different. That's why we always use, app.use course. Now, let me just give you one more thing. So in our application, we always use app.use course. If you just go here in section 4, my API, index.js, I have used. Okay, yeah, fine. So in this case, let me just okay, sorry, my bad. Yeah, just give me a minute. Yeah, in this case, if I use this one, this one. So in this case, I'm enabling everything that should come. I'm enabling everything. That means 7.3 localhost 3000, every kind of origin I'm accepting in this scenario. That means I'm able. I'll be able to access this server from each and every local host, or each and every from wherever endpoint I wanted it to be. Okay. Now here there is a one way, app.cause origin. I have marked this one. Now what this means is, like, I want to access this server from this origin only. No other origin should be able to get me the information. Okay. Now, credentials too. There's a one more parameter, which is credentials too. So this is a very important. Okay. So browser will strip away the sensitive data like cookies or authorization headers. So when by making your request, or by your server as a cross origin and setting this credential as a true, we explicitly tell the browser, it is safe to send the sensitive data like JWT tokens, cookies, or session data, from this localhost 5173 to the server. So that's what the piece of information, this variables or this enabling of the feature will hold. Now this is more about cost. Now let me just give you just some more context to. Okay, so I'll be removing this one. I'll do one thing. Let me copy this one into session 5. I want my API data also. Or let me copy only. I'll be doing the changes in this one. And okay, this is my backend, and the session 3 will have my front end. Now I'll be using both the information. Run it. Then I'll just explain you a bit more information. Okay, now I'll run my API. Fine. So this is about the API section. Okay, so if you remember the last session, I have added all the information. I have made the routes, and with the help of routes, I was using a centralized route. It was index.js file, but I just kept it here. Now this is the endpoint I have made to check the health API. This is like if any of the route we are putting into the request body, and if it's none of them from here, it will come on this side and it will say route is not found. Now this is to handle a centralized error. So it's like you wanted to make a global error exception, which is like you don't want to and you don't want to handle all the errors. You sometimes it's like you have missed few errors, okay, and still your application is breaking. In that scenario, you can use this centralized error method. You can create another function here. With that help of that, you can put some flag value on each route, like this is a projects and or comments route, this is a projects route, user and auth. Based on that, you can keep a flag. With the help of flag, you can identify from where this error is coming on, from which endpoint, and based on that request.url something, you will request.header URL, you will get the from which request the error is coming from, and based on that you can handle the error. You can put some global error function here, you can create anywhere. Now this is what something we can utilize it. This is to just making your port, okay, my port is running on this local host. Now coming back here, if you see in the left side, I have created some folders, okay, which is like controllers. Within after the controller, parallel to that, we have a data, and then we have a middleware, we have a route and utils. Now let me just start with routes, because this is something we'll go flow by flow. We'll just go in auth. Okay. This is the auth route we have made. This is to get the information of myself or my profile. This is login, this is register. In login register, you need not to put authentication, because there we will initialize the authentication. Now, if we are checking your own profile, you need we have kept a verification to verify token, which is a middleware. I have explained how we can utilize the middleware. It's like a creation of a function in the middle of your request, and you have how you can pass it to the next function, or next set of information. You can use the next keyword. Just give me a minute. Oh, fine. Yeah. Yeah, here I'm checking if I have a header information, and starts with a B error. If it is, then I'll just split and just decode the token. To decode the token, JWT itself give you a function on what secret you have encoded the token, and the token, if you will pass, the decoded token will have the information. Now, what information comes in this decoded token? It's a just give it. Okay, let me just come here. I have the payload. Okay, and where I just missed this one. So JWT. This one, this payload. So this is the payload we will expect in this one, decoded token. And when we got this information, we can pass it to the next function. Next function is like get me. In this one, we'll be having the request.user ID. Now, if you see here, we are not asking in this request. Okay, in this request, we are not asking user to provide any information. Okay, that what is your ID. So how will we get to know? After decoding that, after we have decoded the token, now in the request.user, see in the request.user, I am giving the decoded information. So it's like I'm pushing the decoded information into the request.user. Now within that, I will be having an ID because I know how the decoded token will look like. Okay. Now request.user.id, with the help of that, I can just check from my DB. Okay, what are the information I have for this user, and I can just return the response. Now, one more thing, I have not connected DB as of now with the actual DB. I'm using my JSON format or JSON data, which is here in the data collection. So we'll be trying to connect the DB as well. So this is like comments, this is projects, this is users. Okay. Now this is about how user is getting the information. And in the similar way, let me, because one more endpoint is important for us, is like login and register. So if I go in login, I'm just checking. So in this login and register, I'm asking few request body. So for login, I need email and password. I'm just checking, do I have the email and password? You can again put valid format of email and all. Now I'm checking into the DB if I have that user. If not, I'll just say invalid credential. If the status of that is blocked, then also I'll say your account is blocked. Otherwise, I'll just decrypt. I mean, this is like you're hashing your password. Okay. So okay, one of the again important concept is like bcrypt. How bcrypt works? See, bcrypt's like it is hashing your password. Hashing is like mapping your password with some hash value outside of the world should be able to see your password. Now there's one way. It's like you put a simple, map function and just put some hash value and how we do generally. So you can just encode the token and then you will just put into your DB. Now there's one more case that if that would be the case, like I have kept my password as root123. If someone else has kept password as root123, and if we are encoding with the same key scenario, I'll be having the same hash key what other guy is having also. I mean, for root123, the hash key will be the same. Now, in that scenario, we add do one more thing, which is a salting. Salting is like making your password or combining your password with some random string. That random string will now make your password as unique. So whenever next time you will be encoding that password or root123 at the rate some XYZ or ABC, it will keep. So whenever you are encoding that password, having a hashing of that, now that result of that will be a unique hash or unique hash key that you can put it into your DB. So this is like bcrypt does. So now bcrypt also has a few methods. If I will just show you, do I have here? No, it could be here. Random fall, random. Let me just see if I have. Let me just find in this one. If I am storing in register, I'll be having that. Generating token. And where is my password? Yeah, this is bcrypt.hash. So let me just show you. Do we have? Okay, might be I don't have. So I mean, if you see here, I'm just putting my hash password. I'll just keeping a bcrypt and password and the digit. The number says like how much salting I have to do or how much number of iteration I have to do. Okay, with that help of that, I'll be having a hash password. With the hash password, I can keep it into my DB. Now, after that, I can, where it is, yeah. Here, if I'm just trying to just see the compare the password, I can use a still inbuilt function of bcrypt.compare, which is like password and the user password, what is hash map password they are providing. Now, after that, if I'll say it is a valid password, that it's good. If it is invalid, we'll having an error. If it is a valid password, now based on the user information, now where the user information from DB we are getting based on the email. So we are generating a token. Now in the UI, I'm passing, or in the response body, I'm passing the token and the user information. Now this token I can put into the cookies or local storage. I can utilize it again for the next set of requests. Okay, this is about the logging flow. In register flow, I'll be getting all the information. Now I'll be doing some basic checks. I'll be checking if the user exists on DB or not. If not, I'll be doing the hashing of the password. I'll be storing all the information, and at the end of the day, I'll be again creating a generate token. This token will again just we can utilize in my UI to store the information. Okay, now let me just run this. Yeah. The similar way I have done for rest of the routes. So this is auth, this is comments. Now I have used RBAC as well, which is role-based access control. So if you see here, this is also authorized role. Now, where is my middleware? Auth.js. Fine. So if you see here, I am trying to fetch. Okay, before that, let me just, where is my users? So see, in authorized role, I'm just asking only admin should have the access of this endpoint. Okay, verify token, well and good. You have verified the token, that's fine. You have, came up with this step, which is you have successfully executed. Now I want only admin to be have the access of this endpoint. Now if I just go in author verify token, I have passed my information or the decoded the user information I have kept into request.user. Now request.user will have some role. And one of the role is passing. I'm passing from the route that only admin should have the access. Now, in request.roles, if I'll have the admin role, then that means this endpoint or this should not get executed, and this endpoint should be able to move on, or this function will send, okay, next, you can go to the next function. Assume this roles, which is admin, and the request of roles, what user has into the DB, doesn't belong to the admin. Okay, in that list, we don't have admin. Then this will say request forbidden or insufficient permission. So that is how the rule-based access control works. Now, okay, just let me. Routes is done, middleware is done. We have auth and role-based access control. Data will come. Controller is fine. Okay, you can put your functions here. Also, like I mentioned in the previous session, you can still break this piece of code, I mean, into the model level or services. So yeah, now coming back to the data is simply just a JSON format of information. I'll be doing one thing. I'll just remove this JSON data and put some schema, and based on that schema, we'll try to connect on the MongoDB. Now, this is like data store. This is the format of information I'm trying to access. So instead of creating all the functions like find all, find by ID, I have utilized this format where users will have all the methods. If you see here, users have all the methods: find all, find by ID, find one, create, and every information. The same projects also will have. The same way comments also will have. Now, this is one of the way you can do. For sure, you can do some different ways, and that's up to you how you can utilize and how you can make your code modular. Okay, so yeah. Now coming back to the seed.js, I'm using as of now to update the information of my data from data.json into my local storage kind of thing. So once I'm done, I'll be able to access everything. Now let me just, okay, this has been node-mon. Cannot find node-mon module. Let me just try to run. We have node-mon. Yes, we have. Okay, let me just give you till then overview of this as well for UI. So like I mentioned, I have the app.jsx. App.jsx will have all the endpoints and provided everything. And I have divided this also in the components level, context, and pages. Pages will have all your line register. Components will have the things which you can divide into smaller chunks, which is a button, nav bar, cards, and everything. I mean, these are the things. You can still divide all the information. And like I said, there is a famous architecture, which is a atomic architecture for UI. You can just go through and check what it does and how you can leverage it. Now, this is the services. Services like to call all the APIs. I'll be using this one, this complete page. I mean, I need not to go on each and every screen, each and every pages. Like I have to, API requests. So for that, I need to do some little bit of changes. I mean, little bit of tweak, because that will, put you into the danger that, okay, might be my component is breaking, something like that. Okay. Let me run my. Okay. Full stack Node.js. CGS router index. My API, which is correct. Why we are having this issue? Just let me delete my node modules. Yes, I wanted to delete, and my package log.json. So these two files you can delete, and I mean, once you run npm I command, you will be able to get it back. Sometimes this show happens npm, right? Fine. Till then, I'll try to run my front end. Let's see if we have some error there or not. CD session. CD develop. I'll do. And let me see for this one. Still do. Okay. Now we'll go and do the integration of BE and FE. So for that, I need to make sure my both the things are running and working perfectly. Okay, this is fine. This is npm render. Okay, and I'll need to do the same operation here. Because I have copied, so it's not getting the actual path. That might be the reason. Yes. This is my npm render. Still, I don't have Node.js API. It's not recognized external string command. Let me see. Just give me a minute. I'll just quickly check. Let's do it. JSON. Okay, this is in my. We have node-mon. We have node-mon index.js. Yeah. I can utilize npm restart, but let me see. This will not watch my changes for sure. But still, I wanted to see why I'm getting this error. Oh, it's already. Why is it okay. And same goes for data. Still, it has same. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll just first run this. Till the time, I'll do one thing. Let me put few environment variables into this one. Or the I'll keep few values here, which is you know one is my base URL. One more thing, I mean, there's a few way to do it. One of the ways, like, you can white.config file. So here you can create white.config.js. This will like here, and with the help of that, you can use your environment variable. Another is like you can use this white API base URL. Make sure if you are using white, you have this white keyword before that. Otherwise, it will be not recognized by your application. Okay. Now, here, since my API endpoint, if you just see here, my API endpoint is this localhost and port. My port is 3000 and slash API because I am using slash API as everywhere. So this I'm considering as my base API or base URL for my API. That's why I kept as API base URL. Now, the only place where I need to change, since I mentioned you guys, I'm calling all my APIs into the service file. So if I just go here, let me just okay, since my API is running. So since this is one of the centralized function or object I have made for API, you can create for Axios as well. We'll be trying to fetch and do all kind of HTTP operation using Axios. But yeah, you can just utilize this API and create some base URL kind of thing. Here base URL, and I'll keep import dot meta dot process dot env. The reason why I'm keeping this meta, like I mentioned, there is a two-way to import your white or environment variable. One is using this meta. This will ensure that you are getting the information from here. Now, if you wanted to do normal process.env.white API base URL, you can put the configuration here and you can use it. That should not be an issue. Fine. So let me make this as 3001 and here. So this is my base URL. Okay. Now, if you see, I'm doing some intentional delay in this process, which I don't need if I'm trying to fetch the information from my live API. But let's run first our UI. Okay. What's happening again? Cannot find module. Bin white.js. Since I have, let me run this also npm start. But why I'm getting this error? Just give me a minute, guys. We'll give some 2 to 3 minutes to this issue. If we'll able to resolve, that's well and good. If not, we'll move with the normal way. Normal way in the sense we'll do with the npm start. Okay, this is what okay, I'll do one thing. There could be a reason behind this as well. So 56. Sometime because of this also, there are few issues. So we'll see. Let's give a try. My file manager, because that would be easy for me. I'll keep 5_6. And this is fine. Let me open the VS Code. Five and six, that's ln code. Okay. Fine, let me just run npm in both the terminal once again. Same goes for this. cpdev pmi for my API npm I. If this also won't work, we'll just go with npm start. Same goes for npm dev. That's good. Okay, that means the folder structure was the issue, but why here we have config must export in code where we have write config. Okay, let me put some configuration in this file. I got you. Okay. Let me okay. Let me check my standard client. If you want, you can use the Postman. If not, you can use this standard client. This is again an extension for VS Code. It's also running. Or let me just run in my browser. This is localhost 5173. Fine. This will make sure my UI is running. And we have a under client ready for my APIs, which is running on HTTP localhost 3000. If I want, I can check this API as well. In this one. /API /health check. Route not found. Okay, so has index file. Sorry, only health check. Yeah, status is fine. So this is like I'm good. Now if I I try to run auth slash me. For sure, I'll be not getting the data. No token provided. That's fine. Now let me just check my back fronting. What is the issue? Okay. Console undefined.env, and I know the reason because we haven't installed the .env package. It's the data part. Five and six. TMI.env. This will take time. Okay, so let me go back to again source. Okay, let me just try to refresh. Is my issue got resolved? Okay, pay.js cannot read the properties. But this time I have to find my Mm, I can use few more things, but let me just switch to another method to import your env variables. Fine. Okay. So starting in VC. Since I have provided the information for my route config, sorry, byte config, so I'm good with the request or this white base URL is working. Now my challenge comes now. Let me create one function. That function I'll just give you const and check token. What it does, it will just give me a helping hand instead of checking token every time. I should not be checking that, and I'll be just calling this function. This will do my few works, which is this is the one I was searching. Now this will just check my headers, and within that it will check my authorization section. Oh, if that is the one, okay, sorry. Const this one, then I have this one, that one. Fine. So let me just check if token, if I have token, sorry. Let me just put in another way. I'll just throw a new error, token not found. Fine. If I have the token in that scenario, I'll just return the token. Now this will ensure, this function itself will make sure that I have checked my token. If it exists, I should be getting that token as well. Now, where are the places where I need? Okay, now if you just see here, I am trying to, stop or check the things like, okay, let me just before that go in some pages, like pages where my profile is there. Say profile.jsx. If I just go here, see, one of the major thing is like I am using states, but like I mentioned, you can use some more, advanced things like Formic or centralized toolkit, which is Redux, and much more things are there. So you can utilize that. But since I haven't used, I mean, you can just, this is a simple state kind of thing you can define for each and everything. But yeah, for long term, and if you're getting very large space, this is not a best practices you should do it. Now, this is the way I'm calling my API. So API.get, and I'm putting some endpoint. I'm keeping some endpoint. Okay. Now, if I'll come here, see, if it is a get, and if the URL is this one, I can just modify this thing. Let me just do it and just put a return before this. Format this. Okay, before that, I should be having the login first working for myself. Okay, so yeah. I mean, in that case, so if it is a post one, and if I just go in the login screen, this is the login screen, and here I am just say const response await API.post, and I'm passing the URL and the data. This is a form data. If you just see here, this is a form. Now, in the form, I have defined email, password, because that is one thing we need it. If I just go in this page, see, this is email and password. Now, this is the post request. So in API.post, if I go here and I'll just remove this for now, let me see what all the data I'm getting in this one, right? Console.log. And this is the data. Sorry. This is the data. Let me clear everything. Also, I'll not return anything because otherwise I'll have to log in and log out again. So I'll do abhi@gmail.com, and I'll keep password as root@123. You can see, of course. Now, if I do sign in, you can see here I'm getting username and password. Okay, if I zoom in a bit, see, I can see username and my password. Now, this is the basic information I need for my API as well. So, is my, no, sorry. This one, I need that. Yes, thank you. So if you just see here, if it is a login, okay, this is something I have into my JSON. And if I try to just use username and password, as of now, I'm just making this as empty headers. I don't have anything. Just simple request. If I give this guy has generated a token and with the user information. So if you remember, while login, I was sending back the information. I was sending token and the user information. This is the same. Now, just let me just show you again. If you are not able to recall, in that case, you can just go here. Controller, get all users, auth controller, sorry, my mistake. Yeah. So here, if you go in the login as a response, I'm sending few information, which is a token and user information. Okay, so this is the same way you are getting in this way, in this response as well. Okay. If I'm logging from UI, also I should be able to get the same information. But since as of now, I'm not able to get this information, admin123, I'll keep it here, admin123. Still, I'm getting the data. Now, my challenge is to how I'll make this guy or this front-end guy to have a request to my system, to my server. Before that, let me install npmi axios. This will help you to send your request from your UI to front-end. Sorry, backend. Now, my only thing is const response. I'll be on data or user response. No. Okay, let's leave the await for now. I should be calling something so that in the return of it, I should be getting few information. I'll be keeping in the same format. One is token and another one is user. Okay. Now, if you see here, I was using mock user, which is I have defined at the very top level. This way. I have defined this one. Now, I don't want to use mock user. I wanted to use my actual data or actual user. Okay. Where is my login? Yeah. Now, I should be getting in user response as user response dot data, or I as user response dot token, and same way user response dot user. Fine. Let's check as a response what thing I'm getting. Now, before console, I have changed again my language. Just give me a minute. I have to switch again. Right. So this is like console. Okay. And user response. Fine. I'm good with this. Let me just comment out this one. Here I'll be calling axios dot what we have as a post request. Yeah, this is the one. I should be importing my axios. Let me just see. As of now, I'll remove this. Import axios. Right. This will work. Ignore the errors what you are getting in the browser console. Will be able to solve everything. This is the one, base URL. So if you just see what in Postman I was trying to hit is this endpoint API / auth login. Now, since this is the one I kept as my base URL. So if you see here in my env, this is the same. I changed here 3001, but this was same in env. Now after that, see, auth login is the same. Now before that, if you want it, which is a base URL, and what it could be, yeah, this is. I wanted to see what are the information I'm getting here, and after that here. Now, if you just see here, I'm passing the data because this is the part of a body. So in post, if you just see here, URL data will go as a part of body, and configuration if you wanted it to pass something. Configuration will come back because we need to pass the headers as a token. So we'll come on that. Now this is my URL which I'm making, which will look eventually in this way. So HTTP localhost 3000 API auth and login. Okay, fine. Let me just try to hit this one. Okay. Admin.com. And here it could be admin@123. Fine. If I do sign in, see, base URL is same. Ignore this slash HTTP. This is the base URL. And we have a URL as well. So this is URL // login. If we combine both the things, I'm getting this is what my expectation is. Now, I'll just come back and we'll try. And okay, now here it's coming as promises rejected. Why I should be putting await, because this is something we are calling an API. Okay, I'll do again here, sign in. Let me see, admin123. Clear the browser, sign in. Okay, and the reason is since I'm now let me just see, I'm getting slash. I should not be getting that. Let me just see. Sign in 5173. Oh, okay. And the reason I'm getting this one is because I'm pushing my backend request with this request. Let me change it. Let me make it that way that I should not be doing it. So just give me a minute, guys. I'll be just making few correction. Nice. Okay. Yeah. This is YTP base URL. Let me leave this for now. I'll put it as 3000. Let me check. If that works, we'll keep our base URL later. Admin123, sign in, and we are waiting for the response, and here the response comes. Okay, so within the response, your response, we are getting into the form of .data, token, and user. So this is like my response format. Okay, now if I just check here, and if I just go back here, what will be my return format? User.token, user. Now, if you just carefully see here, this is token and user. Okay, this is the same way token and user I was expecting in my response as well. So instead of it was in this way. So instead of writing in this way, I can just simply copy this one and replace this whole object, okay, in this way. So we'll have my data. Now, this is the final thing. Or if I don't want to keep data, I can just user.response. This is also will work. Okay. Let me just see. So this is something again, copy paste. And admin123. Now, if I try to sign in, yeah, I'm able to access my admin dashboard. And I have a user as well. Now, if I just check stored, which is, where is my application? Yep. So if you just go here and just check in your local storage, see, here is the token. Now, let me just show you one more thing. You can go here, JWT.io. Try to paste your token here. Just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, didn't I copy that value? Let me do this. Let me just check again what is my application. It should not be the one. Let me just try to do Control Shift star and try to log in again. Yeah, this is the one I've selected. Now, if I just go and copy paste it here, I can see the information. See, HS256. This is algorithm type of token is JW, email, role, name, and issue timing and expiration timing. So this is like payload we have used to decode or encode the token. Now, this is something, I mean, like I mentioned, this is not encrypted. The JWT is not encrypted. It's like encoded. You can decode it, but yeah, of course, you can modify it until if you invalidate, then only you can do it. And that's why we say don't keep your password into your while making your token. So now, with the help of this information, now let me just show you. So this is about now this is the data you are getting from your backend, not from frontend. So few other integration I will be doing, and I'll leave few things for you guys as well, so that later on you can just do some more, and then we'll move on the deployment side. Okay, I'll just do a cleanup. Let me just do it. Fine. Now let me just, wherever we are using mock user. This is mock user. This is mock user. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just completely remove mock user. Okay, wherever we are using. Now here again, this is auth me. Since as of now we have tokens to respond and Axios. I'll just wait. Dot get a base URL and this thing, which is fine. Now this time I don't need to send any body. Now this time I'll be sending my headers or configuration. Now here I'll say polarization. I'm getting, yeah. Either I can use this one, or I can, like I mentioned, I have created a function get and check token. Okay, this one I can utilize this const token equal to this. I'll just just keep this one and I'll pass the token here. This will also works. This is the same token I was utilizing. I was just getting here in this site. And I'll do response.data. Fine. Now let me just do one more thing. Where is another mock user? This is the place. Users, I can see more place. On user response. Exhaust. I'll be having this normal URL and I have to pass, of course, my token. I just press authorization and token. Where is the token is coming from? Again, I'll just token equal to get and give me the function name. Get token. Fine. This will work. User response. I'll just completely replace this with this one. I should be able to now. Let me just copy this one and admin 1, 2, 3. Sign in. Finally. Let me remove this. Let me go to my profile. See admin user. So this is where I can just see. Now for developers, Alice. Okay, let me just do one thing. The API.js. They have mock user and mock user as mock developers. Let me see where I'm using mock developers. I'm using only one place. Let me just remove this as well and I'll be just replacing this as well, because I need to completely remove few mocks. That's why I'm doing it, so that we should not rely on that mocks. So now this is something on that side. I can utilize the same thing. Or else, yeah, fine. Can utilize it. And here it says user response. Let me just do console.log. I'll just check. API.recording promise. What happened? Just give me a minute, guys. No token found. Token found. Get and check token. Get and check token. Am I not getting token here? Authorization. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll just check if there's any mistake I'm doing. Let me see. Console.log. There's a token. Be able to find it. Mm, no token. API 58 and 58. Where is 58? Token. Please log in. Let me just check here. It's okay. Login. This is user response data. Let me just go for developers. Okay, I am getting data. Now let me just completely remove this mock developers. This I don't. Then I can remove mock user. Fine. Now the only thing is mock projects as pending. It got logout. Yes, it is. Am I not storing my session values? This one. Okay. Fine. Let me just see. Fine. So this is like how we can do the integration, and we can do for the rest of the I mean, yeah, we can do for the rest of the pages. Okay. I'll just keep in. Yeah. Now you can block, you can delete, and this kind of feature you can integrate it. Now there's a post and get I have showed you guys, so you can do it. Now for projects also, you can just try and check and explore like what are the things you need. Let me just go and just try to do the connection with the backend. Okay, backend means my Atlas. Okay, so if I let it be this as it is, this as it is, and just this one I don't need this as well. I'll just go some everything I'll close. I don't need this as well. I'll close it. I need my Chrome, this one. So I'll just go for here and just MongoDB Atlas. So yeah, let me just try to log in this, and we'll try to with my DB, or I'll replace the JSON mock JSON as of now what I'm using, and I'll try to do the connection with the database. Now let me just log in with Google. Just it will take a minute or two. Till then, I'll just zoom in my browser a bit. I hope you guys are able to see. Okay, let me create. Let me create a new project. So I have created multiple, but yeah, I can create a new one. You can just go on this organization once you, create it. You can just go on this dashboard side. You can create a project. You can put some project any name. I'll put as Dev Hub. Okay. If you wanted to put any tags or anything, you can put. Otherwise, you can go and move on the next page. This is like collaboration. That's fine. I don't need it for now. I'll just create a project. Now this will take a minute or two, and it will create my environment kind of thing. Yeah, DevOps. Now in this one I need to create my cluster so that I can use it. Okay, cluster is like within your project you wanted to create a DB. So you can just go and select for free tier, and this one you wanted to name it as something, you can do it. Otherwise, it's fine. Keep it. Just make sure that you're selecting the free tier, and AWS is fine. Create deployments. Here we have cluster. Now, if you see here, there's a username and password. You can utilize this one. I just keep this in my slide. If you want it to be okay, I'll keep this one side. If you want, you can create, another user. If not, that's fine. Now go to sorry, we have done it. I'll do this later. Yeah, now go and see the connection string. There's a two connection string. One is this one, and then another is URI. Okay, this will work when you have few times it won't work. That depends on your ISP, and if you are using any VPN. So try to use this one. If try majorly try to use this one. If it won't work, then try to use this one. Okay, now let me just go in my env file of my backend. Yeah, I'll just comment this. Go URI. This I've pasted. Now you have copied your username and password. So now I'm just pasting my password. Create your own password, because after this session, I'll be disabling this password and username. I'll be deleting this cluster itself. So you guys will not be able to use it. Fine. Now let me just, okay, how we'll get to know, okay, is my DB's connection has been established or not. So for that, okay, before that, let me just install CD API Mongoose, npm I Mongoose. So this will give you package kind of thing for your application to use. Yeah, it will have all the complete package, whatever you utilize for your MongoDB. It has a schema format. It has everything. You can create it. If you wanted to use schema, that's well and good. If not, that's also fine. But yeah, make sure you have something in the structured way. Schema is important, because if, like I mentioned, if some new person is coming, he will not be able to understand what are the things you have done. So this is something you can keep use of it. Okay. Fine. Let me just install Mongoose. Yes. And yeah, here you can see how to utilize and everything. let me come back in this site. I'll keep few codes to my API. Why? I mean, how I'll be, able to know that my DB is working or not. So before, having every connection or anything, let me just, okay, let's get installed. Always try to keep port and these kind of information into your env. Challenge is, okay, to use it. Okay, so try to use everything. Let me just keep it as 1. Let me see if my port is fine. Keep it as 4000. Here's my API. So where my port is running on 4000, so it's fetching the information from my port. Now I can just check or enable this piece of information as well. So instead of this, I'll keep it as process.env dot frontend or dev hub URI. Dev hub URI. Fine. I'll just keep here as dev hub URI. And the reason being I'm keeping every information into my env is because it will help me in the deployments. Okay. Let me just do this. I'll make sure this is working. And I can, just check here as well. Console.log URI. Yes. Okay. URI is equal to this one, which is fine. I'm able to get this information. Also you can just keep one or thing. Just a false safe kind of thing. Okay. So I'll keep here as, let's keep same. Yeah, this one. Or you want to have multiple things, still you can add here. Okay. Now let me just see if my Mongos are done. Let me just try to import thing. Okay. Make sure you are importing the packages. Mongos equal to wire. That's fine. Okay. Now let me just try to start. Connect, and we have to pass process.env dot mongo underscore URI, which is fine. And if you want, you can pass some false safe thing. Otherwise, we'll just move on this part. Then Mongo is connected and capture if we have some error. Fine. Let's see process. This is, it was missing. Let's see if my DB is connected or not. Connected to MongoDB. So this means that on this URI, I'm able to access my MongoDB. Now, there's one more thing I just wanted you to highlight. While you will try to connect this MongoDB, you might face one issue, which is like enabling, or the Mongo error, which is like, you're not able to access that. It will come as some error. Let me just show you. Mongo TLS error. you you will get it. I mean, if not, that's well and good. If you are getting it, I'll just give you one way to solve that. This one, where it is, network access, no, IP accessing list. Yeah. So you can add your IP address. Just try to put some 0.0.0.0 slash 0. Fine. So this will like ensure that all the requests you are getting, it will be, I mean, all the requests you can do in this MongoDB. But yeah, I mean, you should not do it. You can enable it, but this is like sometimes you face issue. So that's why you can keep it, keep this thing in your mind. So you can enable it. Okay, I'll not do for now. Let me just something like that you might get. Okay, for now, let me just go back here. See, okay, I can just close these two tabs. I don't need it. I want only this one. This is my database. This is my clusters. This is my DevOps thing. Now, fine. Since now you can, I'm able to connect my database. This is fine. Now, my next challenge will be how I can replace this complete data, okay, complete data, JSON data with my actual, uh, DB information. So for that, I mean, let's leave this one, and my starting point is data store because data. So as of now, let it be as it is. I'll define few schema. I have defined for the data which I'm utilizing. I'll just copy and paste. Okay. So just give me a minute. Here I can define the schema. If you want to create another file, I mean, you can just do it here, create file and define the schema based on, I mean, the tables. If not, you can use this the same thing. Okay, let me just import the, Mongoose. Fine. And I don't need it, but yeah, if I'll comment, I'll get errors. So let's leave it for now. Or let's see what are the things we are getting as error. We'll try to solve it. Now, this user schema will have, a few information. Uh, just give me a minute. I'll just give you a brief about it. Fine. So this is a user schema, which is like you can create. It's like if you have ever worked with, SQL, then you can define the tables and everything in the in the way of class and object. Will not define, that's also works. I mean, how the way you wanted it to be, it will go into a DB. But it's better to use because now you are, I mean, very clear what kind of format in name will have. Is it a string or not? It is a required or not? If it is a email, it's a unique or not? You can, these kind of stuff you can keep into this schema, and this schema will act as a barrier in between your DB and your call from your API. So it's like it will ensure the information you are getting from DB to your API endpoint have, just give me a minute, guys. So this will ensure that whatever information you are getting from DB, it's correct, and whatever information you are sending to the DB, that's also correct. Okay. So we'll have a ID, name, email, password, and everything. This is based on what we were using here. So if you just, I'll just see ID, name, email, password, everything. This is the same way. Now, let me just give you now what's the use of this one. Okay, this is like something I have explicitly kept here. It's like do not generate the id underscore id. I mean, if I'll remove this, Mongo will generate very random id. It's like UID4 version of id it will generate. Now, to make that false, I'll say, okay, I wanted the full control on the ID as well. So I'm keeping it as false, and I'll generate my own ID. Okay, so this is something kind of that. And the similar way I've defined project schema, I've defined the commit schema. Now, if I just come here, I'll just, before that, I have to bind this schema with my, actual models in the sense I have to bind this schema with my what actual variables we will be going to use it. Now, to do so, I will need this one, this set of line. This is like Mongoose model user or Mongoose model, this user, bind this user with this user schema. Okay. Now, if you see, there are suggestions coming into, okay, I'll just do Control Z. Yeah, there are suggestions coming. Okay, leave it. So, I mean, this is like Mongoose. I'm binding my schema with my actual variable so that I can utilize this user into wherever I want into my code. Now, with the help of this, I can create the things. I can, it will give me all control of, all kind of CRUD operations like create, read, update, delete, everything. Will find all is something, read JSON. I was reading. Now, what I need to do, I'll just simply user await user dot find. This is what my work is now. Just give me a minute, one more thing. Yeah, this is the work of a piece of work I have to do. It's crashing unexpected identifier as user. Okay, let me see. Fine. Do I need to import something? Just give me a minute, please. Yeah. Which is dot, no, not this one. Dot. Let me just show. Is it coming as some suggestion why it is used? No, fine. So what lean does is it will just say to Mongo, okay, whatever. Fine, no, it's not coming. So whatever piece of magic you are doing in the background, I don't need it. I just wanted a plain raw data which should come with my user.find operation. I don't want inbuilt thing like we have a save, we have a pass and everything, this kind of thing. But I don't want it. I just want it like simple data. Just give me the simple data in the raw format. So this is what lean means. Now I have to do some async operation. I mean, async keywords, I have to keep it here. Sorry. Doing some mistake? No. Fine. This will work. And instead of read, I'm finding using by ID and get replaced by await user dot find. See, you can see also here, what kind of operation you want it to perform. It's taking time. Yeah, this is the. So you can just see what are the operations Mongo is giving to you guys. Okay. Now, this is something with the schema with the models. Now you are able to see. Now I'll just use find one, and I'll use the IDs. Okay. So by default, MongoDB has ID as underscore ID. You can just check with ID. If it's fine, you are able to find. You can just again do a lean and just perform the set of operation. Now, for this lean also, there's some centralized thing. I mean, you can just wrap something into the some response, and then you can do a lean operation. That's up to you. Now, the same way I have to do for rest of the thing. So let me I can just do it in one go. Okay, I'm getting suggestions. Fine. I'm just utilizing some AI stuff. Great. I'm giving the suggestion return user.save. So yeah, I mean, these kind of thing you can utilize. Or let me just completely. Now this is something I should be having that. Now I have replaced all my information with Mongo models, and this is structure. Let me just see if I just try to find information I'll be able to do or not. The client running. Yes, we have. To me, I'll be using this again as a login. What happened? Up connection dot refuse. Is it like 4,000? It's only 4,000. Yes. No. Is my backend is running? No. Why so? Let me just check. Model find one. Let me just see npm I. And def. I should not face any issue. Let me see if DB connection is fine. Connected to DB. Let me just see if I'm able to log in. Okay. There's no longer callbacks. Find one. Let me just see where I'm getting this error. That let me just see if I can utilize some. Okay. Can I replace find? Find one with find by ID or something? Just give me a minute, guys. This one. Let me see. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, now what issue is there? So in controllers in every file, I have to first replace, the how the way it was working earlier to the normal way. So let me just bring the updated information. So let me just do it. Mm, Now let me just go in the login first and do some set of, yeah, now it should work. Now it should work. Of controllers, I have replaced opt-out. Latest state data store, that's fine. Where is the login? This is the login. Invalid credentials. Okay. Let me just, okay. The reason why I'm getting this invalid credentials because I don't have any user or any data into my DB. Now, I have to do one thing. I have to feed the seed script, or I have to, make sure the seed, the data I have kept here, I should be DB. Now that's why I made this seed script. So let me just do one thing. I'll just remove this information. I need few thing, which is this DB and this mongoose. Let's register your mongoose data. Now I don't need admin and okay, I need, but let me leave it for now. Const mongo URI. Also, we find mongoose.connect. Or I don't need this URI password. Then I'll just try to connect directly. Let me see if I'm getting some error or not. Now console.log, I just do it. This is connected. User equal to normal use. Mongoose dot models dot user. Now the same way I'll be importing the models for project and comment section. Now things are already all my tables are already clear. That's why I'm just doing some. Before seed, I need to make sure my DB is clear. Right. This is the final thing. Now, after this, I have to, make sure that this all the data, it should be go into my DB. So let me come back. Instead of keeping all the things here, or I mean storing every piece of information into file, I'll be just doing 3 simple commands. I'll be just insert many for users, insert many for projects, insert many for comments. This is like I'm filling up my data. It is completed. This is npm run seed. Now the reason this npm seed run will work, initially I kept my seed script as node, this given the path and c.js. Now this will ensure all the information is stored under my DB or cluster, what we have created just now. So fine, we got something, browse collection. Let me see. Okay. Not. No. Let me see the reason. Invalid scheme expected Mongo this, but getting this. Where is my seed? Okay, Mongo URI. Correct. Mongoose.connect. This is still fine. Invalid scheme. Can I see where this error is coming from? MongoDB connection. Or Mongo SRV. But okay, let me see. Console. Dr. log. Let me see something. Let me remove this one. I don't need this. Okay. I should be getting this Mongo URI. If it's missing, then that's why I'm not able to access it. Correct. Okay. Fine. Let me import this one. Okay. This will make sure I'm able to load my environment variable. Yes. Fine. So connected to MongoDB, seeding data successfully. Fine. Testing, test accounts, this. Fine. Let me just go here and see admin. No, we have a test. Test. This is a comments. I hope this works. Yeah, this is comments. Fine. We are getting data. We have a projects. Yep. Then we have users. This also perfect as expected. Fine. Let me go to this login. Try to do login now. Okay, my data is my server's not running. npm run dev. It should run on 4000 something. I have changed the port. Yep. Connected to DB. Send. This is the token information I'm getting. Now let me just create one more information. Auth within this auth. Okay, I'm able to say, is it the same one? No, it's a different. Okay, now instead of me, I'll be pulling some data of projects. Get projects. Fine. Step auth me project body. I don't need any body. Let me send to be 4000. Don't know from so fx. We have projects here. Project get all project. I should be getting. It's get request, correct? Project.js, it's a get request to get all projects. I should be getting information. I'm not getting this one. Route not from API slash auth slash. Okay, sorry. API slash projects. I am getting answer as expected. Now, this is my DB is connected to my UI is connected with my server. Now, my next set of achievement should be I should be able to deploy this backend into render, because Parcel won't support the Node.js thing, so I'll just do for render. This is you can, okay, but before that, I need to push my code so that I should be able to do it. Yes. Yes. I should be having front end and back end. Okay, I should go back. Git add my API. As of now, I'm adding only this one. I hope my git ignores file is there. Yes. The file, let me just check. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So this is correct. I'll just generate a commit message from here. You can good commit message. After this, I'll be doing for front-end part. Right. Okay, I have added this one. Git push origin. Okay, this is perfect. Let me go here as well. GitHub. You see, till then I'll just log in. You can log in to render either GitHub or Google account. It's up to you. Just a minute. Okay, and I have logged in. Let me go to the project section. Yeah. Here you can create a new project, but I guess only one is supported. So sorry, here, but yeah, upgrade to Pro to create multiple. So I have created already one. That's why it's coming. I'll just go within this. I'll just suspend this for now. And I'll create another one. I'll make it as my API, because that is something I have given name for my repo as well. And here is my API create new service. I'll just search for some web services. Just go for web services. Now here I can just either I can have an access of my repos. So if I just go here, I'll be in the setting. I mean, there's a way you can do it, but yeah, I mean, if you don't want to access your GitHub, you don't want to give your access to your GitHub, it's still fine. So if I just go here in my GitHub apps, yeah, this, sorry, my bad. Go back. Let me just go in GitHub. Exactly. See, this is a render. I can configure here. Okay. Let me just give a so if you just come down, select your repository, and you can give access. Now I'll just do simply how will should normally do. So this is the GLB session 1. I'll just copy this complete path. I'll just go here, paste, connect. Now, this is node, this is fine, master is still correct, root directly. Now, this is something I should be worried about because, see, if you see my root directly, it's not as simple as how it should be. So it should be under session 5.6 and like this one. Now, all the operation, whatever you will do, will happen under this one. Now, what I need to build command npm run build. This is fine. npm run start. And this is a free tire. This is fine. I can use now. This is the picture comes of an environment variable. Since I have those things, I'll be keeping here. Where is my environment variable? This is the one for my. I need only this much of information. This is your URI or secret key for your JWT. You can put it anything. You can put your name. This is a simple string. Okay. But make sure that is secure. Now, if you copy in one go, you can copy and paste. Now, since these are the things, it's already in my deployed environment, so I need not to worry about this DevHub URI. You can change it because I mean, as of now, I'm keeping as a 5173, but yeah, will come once our backend got frontend got deployed. We have to make sure this change, otherwise we'll have a cross origin issue. Now this is fine. I don't need to do any advanced thing. This is a simple deployment. If I'm able to get the information here. Failed. And the reason is npm run build is missing. Of course, it should be missing. I have to keep it here. Package.json. Yeah, it is missing. Build. API. Git command and script. This will go to my master branch. Now I can just here deploy latest commit. Let me see. See here it's master. I mean, we are running in master. That's why you can keep it. Otherwise, it's fine. You can keep it main or I mean any branch. You can change it. Okay. Now let me just see if this is working. This is my deployed endpoint. It should be in this way and /API/help. Okay. I'm getting still error. What is the error? Cannot find module.env. Oh, yep, I have made dev. Oh, I am using it. Okay. But I'm using it. It's having the issue. DMI. Okay. Let me see. I'm getting this error. Let me deploy. This is fine. You can see, actually, I can still see. Session matter shooting deploys. Just give me a minute. Index.js. Can I find module.env? What did should cd API. This is fine. We are getting this error in index.js. This is fine. Let me just see. Should not have this kind of issue. Just give me a minute. We'll check one more time. Okay, build come. Okay. So that's my mistake. I should be using npm install here to install building the things. Since we don't require build command for Node.js, we are running npm run dev directly. So let me see, running npm install. This is fine. It's working. Build successful. That is good. Okay. Okay. Dev API running on local host 1000 and then say data doesn't exist. I should not. Yes, we got this backend deployed. And if we wanted to see here, this is me. Let me see. This is my login. Till here, everything is fine. I need to just replace this one instead of help or this one. Okay, let me see if I'm able to. Okay, could not connect on any server MongoDB. One common reason that you are trying to access DB IP address isn't quite listed. Make sure your IP address at least with private device. Okay, fine. I guess this is the error I was talking about. Let me do whitelisting for this one. I'll make sure. I'll make sure I should be doing. Bear with me, guys. The system is slowing. I'll just go in security. It's my security thing. Okay, let me just go into some project. DevOps. This is a security network tab, IP accessing list, and IP address. I'll make it this one optional need. I'll just disable in 1D. I'll keep it as 1D. This is fine. This is something that's good. Let me see if I'm able to access my, DB. This is in. So find one buffering timeout after 1000 milliseconds. Okay. Just let me know why it is happening. Do I need to make any changes? Yes. Okay. I'll just come back on that. Mm, mm, But to MongoDB, I feel like not able to access my. Okay. Let me do one commit. This we should not do it, but yeah. Console.log. My env are populated. Fine. I'll just check. I'll do one thing. I'll just try to push my front end also into my local. But there was one issue. Let me just see. Till the time I'll just add dot minus added Just do one thing. In the meantime, I'll just deploy the latest commit, and we'll try to deploy our front end as well. Let me do it. Let me do the logs as well, because we need to see if our information are getting displayed or not. My envs are populated. This is the information I'm getting. Fine. This is fine. I mean, that means my env I'm able to access. Okay, but give me a minute. I should be checking the same thing for here as well, because the last time we encountered the same error, and it was because we were not able to load env into our this file, data store file. We need data store. CFC. Okay, but this is we don't need. Fine. Let me just see. This again. Yeah, this time I'm able to fetch the information. Right. So this is the token I was using, and let me just go back here. To fetch the projects. If I go here, okay, sorry, mistake. This is fine. This is auth. This is the token I should be replacing. This is the endpoint. This is a login endpoint, but I should be putting as projects. So if I just go and try to hit this endpoint, I should be getting list of projects. So yeah, my API is working perfectly. Okay, this is the working API. Now we are done with my backend part. Just we'll check for the front end part as well. Now let me just, since we are already hosted one of our sites, static site.html, we'll try to just do it in that way only. Or if we want, we can just create a new one. Let me add a new service project. Reload. One more thing with render is, like, if you will stop using it, it will, just take a pause for your services, and it won't give you fast reply. So, I mean, just make sure that if you are pausing for some time, I mean, you can just bear that thing. Okay. Now this is an import I have to do. This is a project okay, let me just go back. So if I just go in this site projects, I can just see these are the imports. Now I can connect my GitHub, or see add GitHub account. We can just enter your GitHub repository URL as well. Okay, let me just show you here how we'll do for this one. Now this is a project name. You can change it, GitHub session 5 or something. And this is the other. Instead of other, we'll be selecting this time as React. Or if, let me see if we have white. Yeah, we have white. Let me select for white. Now, this is a root directory. Since like our backend, we are not having root directory as simple. So let me just go and select for dev hub. Okay, now continue. Environment variable. Yeah, Frontend as well. And let me just show you this one. This is the environment variable we have. And instead of this one, this time my backend URL should be this one, because this is like something we have hosted. Let me see. So, okay. If you want, you can add some more environment variables, but we are good for now. Yeah, let me, okay. I haven't added build command, but yeah, let's see if, since I've selected Y, let me see if Y has their inbuilt thing, if they are able to do it. If not, we'll just see. And continue to dashboard. Yeah, we are able to see our site. Okay. Now let me just see. This is my Vercel app. Inspect. Console. Fine. Let me just open network tab, login. Try to keep this as admin username and password. Let's see. Allow. Okay. So if you see here, this is a strict origin when cross origin. Strict origin when cross origin. So this is something we were expecting to come. Okay. Now, how we can solve this? Like I mentioned, see, how we can solve this one? We can just go here and just whitelist this as a course thing we should be adding into our project. Or let me just go for cluster. And this is connect. This is fine. We're still fine. We should be having settings. Where it is. Get configuration. No, I don't need this one. Just give me a minute, guys. No. I thought this is fine. I do this only. Project streaming AI database network. No. Just give me a minute. I need to just check application drivers. This is fine. I mean, I should be getting some. Or else let me do for. Okay, my mistake. I should be changing in render. I'm changing in MongoDB. Fine. So instead of this one, which is dev hub URI, I should be putting here this one. This is fine. Let me save, rebuild, and deploy. Dev hub URI, and if we'll be able to log in, then we are done with our integration as well. Integration plus deployment. Am I done with my deployment? No. Let me just see in the logs. I can just see here as well. This is fine. Let me just okay. Let me just do again login. Still I'm getting errors. Oh, the reason is like still sending. But still sending to localhost 3000, and what is the reason behind it? Did I make any changes in my? Okay, yeah, there's one pending thing I have to push. Okay. Fine. Git and dot git and send add it to env. Fine. This should work. And let me deploy it as well. And in that meantime, let me just push all the changes. Okay. Dot for today's session as well. And it the session 5 and 6. This is fine. I'll just reinitiate my build for Versal. Oh, by the way, it will reload also. So that should not be an issue. It will automatically catch the thing and deploy it. Fine. Deployed 48 seconds ago. Let me refresh this. Still we are deploying. Let me check for logs. Okay, you can check your page performance as well. Guys, if you have any, we are about to end this session. So if you have any doubt or anything, just you can put into chat if you want. Mm, yeah. Success, the build is deployed. Let me just check for login. And we are able to log in. Okay, so this was about how we can deploy the things, how we can, deploy the front end, back end, and integration, and few insight about how JWT and these kind of stuff will work. So I would request you guys to just go and check again for today's session what are the content I have covered. If you have any doubt, you can just put into Discord. If you have any doubt, if you have any issues, either you can reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I would happy to help you guys now for your careers also. So yeah, that's it from my side. If there is anything I can just help you guys, just let me know. If not, I'll just wind up the session. So Nikhil and Akshat, are we good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are good.
Okay. So yeah, Nikhil, that was good. I'll just just see if I can just put some more content on this site by today or tomorrow. I'll be having 2 more days. So if I'll be seeing okay something I can just
Yeah, sure.
put
Uh,
some more
we
content for it.
actually will be
Yeah. So,
doing one thing, sir.
mhm,
We'll be doing a poll in the Discord server that if someone wants to learn a particular topic or something, uh,
mhm.
in this whole field of full stack or something, or they want to just get to some knowledge or something, so they could suggest those things, and we would ask for that particular topic or for that thing to you by the end of the day.
Yeah, works. So just one thing, guys, if you have given some chance, just try to utilize it. Try to ask some question. I understand that this sessions has, lot more shorter times, and like I mentioned, to grab everything within this, shorter period of time, it's not possible. And even like I mentioned, that's why I'm dropping some keywords that you can just go and just try to explore. So like that, if you wanted to, just wanted to check, okay, how we can learn AI, or because a lot more people you will have interest in AI or development or app development, just let me know. I can give you a clear or better. If not, that's well and good. I know you guys will able to do it.
So thank you so much, sir. This was the end of the cohort one, which we have been doing, and from the next week we'll be moving on to cohort two, uh, with two more tracks. That is the AI and ML, and the other track will be for management people. People are doing quite good in the whole cohort. People are submitting projects. They are attending classes. They are submitting projects. Till now, we have around somewhere 34 projects submitted in these 2 weeks, and people have almost around 70 to 80 average. That is the average commits in 10 days. Like 10
Okay.
in 10 days, people have done around 70 to 80 average commits on their GitHub, and people are quite competitive about it. Uh, Last week we released the Galaxy Wars result, and this week's Galaxy Wars result will be out by tomorrow. As it will end, it is a weekly thing which we are doing, and people are quite competitive about that too. So it's fun. It's fun building with them. They are also getting some fun building over here, learning something from cohort.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's it. So
yeah, so I appreciate Nikhil, you and your team as well. Akshat is here, Saksham I know. So Satyadeep also, he joined today.
yes, sir.
So I appreciate your efforts because in college, it's very hard to, I guess you guys are studying in last years or something.
No, we just got into third year.
Okay, third year.
Yeah,
So, I mean, people are not much interested in these kind of stuff. So it's like you guys are putting efforts for your peers because the thing is like if you are done you don't want to I mean make your competition. Okay, so it's like very good for you guys that you guys are putting efforts, you are creating an environment that okay, yeah, people are being competitive, so that will eventually put you also into that situation. Okay, I have to think a lot, I have to think more, I have to think some out of the box situation so that no one is I mean I should be able to compete in that scenario. So I mean I appreciate you guys that okay, you guys are taking that step ahead and you guys are doing this much of efforts because this is very I mean not often seen into the colleges because colleges are like okay, I have done my work, I have done my task, I've done my projects and assignments, I don't want to help anyone because I mean people are chasing for marks only. So yeah, I mean, kudos to you guys that you guys are taking this initiative and trying to put something into the community and to your peers, and it's very helpful,
thank
Nikhil.
you so much, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir.
So okay, I'll just drop off, guys. I haven't given any introduction about myself. I guess I'll just take a minute and I'll introduce myself. I mean, since I mean, yeah, throughout the sessions, these guys have introduced me, but yeah. So I'm currently having 2.6 years of experience. Previously, I have worked with uh, ServiceNow thing based on the ServiceNow platform. So it was like a pure Angular, code, which is Angular 1.0. So I mean, you will not able to see now because Angular after 1.0 it got very changed drastically. So that is the one part. After that, I have come into this company, Hasdin by Deloitte, and Hasdin is, one of the best company, I would say. I mean, it's not because I am into that company, of course, I will say, but yeah, because for freshers, the things we want it to be in that way. Okay, freshers should have a hardworking kind of mindset, and they should do a lot of stuff. They should do the development. They should put some energy into that, and the Hasdin process, the internship, the way of doing internship, it's the same. If you have some time, just try to just check how the internship goes for the Hasdin, and it's one of the best format of internship we have. And then I have been into multiple client projects. I can't disclose the names, but yeah, if you just check out my LinkedIn, you'll be finding a lot more things on that. So yeah, and I have worked with Nest.js and Node.js and React. Also, I'm just taking some part into some development of Flutter as well. And now I have started. I'm trying to switch backend from front end Node.js to Java. It's not because of tech stack. It's just because of my own preferences. But yeah, I'm still in touch with the JavaScript because of Next.js and React. So yeah, that's it about myself. And I am thanking you guys, everyone who has joined this session and who make this session as worth it. We hope we meet in future as well.
Sure,
So
sir.
okay,
We'll be in touch in future. Obviously, we'll be in touch in future.
yeah,
It has been quite a journey for us, completing 2 weeks teaching all of the students and delivering so much of knowledge to them. And obviously, I would love to be in touch with you even after this thing completes.
Yeah, sure, Nikhil. We'll try.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much, sir.
See you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Yes, start to tell again. Let me present my screen for the code and everything. Yep, my screen visible, guys. My screen visible. Hello. I'm interacting with the chat. I can't see anyone's chat over there unless and until I'm seeing the chat. I'm not going to give the code. 50 XP आप सबके जाने वाले हैं. I'll not be giving the code. I want to see the chat active. Yes, a single guy. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Giridhar Rupi. Okay, yeah. The guy, the son. Okay, PC. Yes. Now it's chat is active. हाँ, तो आपका पहला कोहॉर्ट आपका फुल स्टैक का आज खत्म होता है. बात रही साइबर सिक्योरिटी की. एक क्लास आपकी बची हुई है. साइबर सिक्योरिटी की क्लास आपकी कल होगी, जो कि लास्ट क्लास होगी कोहॉर्ट 1 की. दैट विल मार्क द हाफ जर्नी ऑफ बिल्ड विद उद्यमी. आपका आधा जर्नी बिल्ड विद उद्यमी के साथ कंप्लीट हो जाएगा बाय द एंड ऑफ द 20 तारीख तक. आपका सेकेंड कोहॉर्ट भी खत्म हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट वीक से आपका AIML चालू होगा एंड साथ में मैनेजमेंट के कोर्सेज भी चालू होंगे. इफ समवन इज इंटरेस्टेड इनटू AIML दे विल बी डूइंग दैट, एंड इफ समवन इज इंटरेस्टेड इनटू मैनेजमेंट दे विल बी डूइंग दैट. मुझे तो सारे फुल स्टैक आ गए. नहीं, दिस वाज जस्ट अ ट्रेलर. दिस वाजंट कंप्लीट फुल स्टैक गाइस. आप लोग भ्रम में हैं अभी. यू जस्ट सॉ कि डिप्लॉयमेंट कैसे करते हैं थ्रू वर्सल. आपने जाकर के वर्सल के साथ रेंडर के साथ डिप्लॉय कर दिया, आपने क्लिक किया और वो डिप्लॉय हो गया. दिस इज नॉट हाउ एवरीथिंग वर्क्स. असल जिंदगी में ऐसे काम नहीं होता है. जब आप कंपनी में जाते हो तो आपको ऐसी चीजें काम नहीं करनी पड़ती है. आपको खुद का डॉकराइज कंटेनर बनाना पड़ता है. आपको कुबरनेटीज के साथ काम करना पड़ता है. आपको मल्टीपल कंटेनर्स बनाने पड़ते हैं. आपको आपको AWS मैनेज करना पड़ता है. आपको क्लाउड मैनेज करना पड़ता है. आपको VMs मैनेज करने पड़ते हैं. सो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. आपको सिस्टम डिजाइन आना चाहिए. दिस इज नथिंग गाइस, ये कुछ नहीं है. आपको रेडिस आना चाहिए, आपको कैफका आना चाहिए, आपको पबसब आना चाहिए, पब्लिशर एंड सब्सक्राइबर, पब्लिशर एंड कंज्यूमर. ये सारी चीजें, अभी 1000 चीजें हैं फुल स्टैक में. फुल स्टैक इज वेरी वास्ट, वेरी डीप टू लर्न. इफ यू आर गेटिंग इनटू इट, ये चीजें बहुत छोटी हैं. ये सारी जो चीजें आपको पढ़ाई गई हैं, दिस इज जस्ट MERN. MongoDB, Express.js, React.js एंड Node.js. बस इतना ही आपको पढ़ाया गया है. अभी ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो आपको नहीं मालूम. यू हैव अ वे मोर टू गो. पर हाँ, दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन गारंटी यू कि 2 वीक पढ़ने के बाद आपको ये मालूम चल जाएगा कि आपको नेक्स्ट क्या पढ़ना है. दिस इज वेयर यू आर गोइंग टू विन. ठीक है. इफ समवन इज लाइक, अगर बिल्ड विद उद्यमी के पहले कोई किसी को नहीं मालूम था मुझे करना क्या है, मुझे आगे क्या पढ़ना है, मुझे आगे कौन सी चीज पे ध्यान देना है, मुझे आगे कौन सी चीज पढ़नी चाहिए. अब अगर 2 वीक कंप्लीट आपने कर ली है तो ये 2 वीक के बाद आपको ये लाइक पूरा आइडिया हो जाएगा कि आपको अगली चीज क्या पढ़नी है. क्या आपको फुल स्टैक में रहना है या फिर आपको स्विच करना है. आपको क्या साइबर सिक्योरिटी में जाना है, कि आपको या AIML में जाना है, आपको डेवऑप्स फील्ड में जाना है, या फिर आपको किसी और फील्ड में जाना है. अब Web3 इज ऑल्सो एन इंटरेस्टिंग टेक्नोलॉजी, so you could also discover that. तो बिल्ड विद उद्यमी का मकसद ये था. आप अगर 2 वीक तक अगर बिल्ड विद उद्यमी नहीं रहता, व्हाट यू वुड बी डूइंग कि आप डेली एक लेक्चर मैक्स टू मैक्स, 2 लेक्चर मैक्स टू मैक्स देखते, नहीं भी देखते, और शायद आपकी चीजें कंप्लीट होती नहीं होती, प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते नहीं बनाते, 2 वीक्स यूं बीत जाता. एक चुटकी बजाते आपके 2 वीक्स बीत जाते. पर इन दीज 2 वीक्स यू हैव अटेन्ड समथिंग. क्या अटेन करा है आपने? being active on GitHub. अपना एक बार GitHub प्रोफाइल खोल के देखो एंड सी द ग्रीन. आपको लाइन से वो जब ग्रीन दिखेगा ना, तो आपको वो दिल में खुशी होगी कि भाई आई डिड समथिंग फ्रॉम माय एंड. यू विल बी प्राउड ऑफ योरसेल्फ. एंड दिस इज व्हाट द मोटिव ऑफ बिल्ड विद मी वाज. ठीक है. 20 तारीख से आप कॉलेजेस खुल रहे हैं. वी विल मीट इन द कॉलेजेस फॉर श्योर. we'll be meeting in colleges like या तो बीटेक कैंटीन और एमबीए कैंटीन और समवेयर विल बी मीटिंग समवेयर. ठीक है, बहुत हो गया ज्ञान, बहुत हो गई सारी बातें. विल मूव ऑन टू कोड. आपको मैं कोड दे देता हूँ. दिस इज अ कोड. टेक योर कोड, गो होम, अपना एलएनएस लगाओ डैशबोर्ड पे जाकर के, गेट योर 50 एक्सपीज. पता बाय. Like I'll be staying on this slide for 1 to 2 minutes. Code आप लोग लिख लो and that's all. चलो, the code is here. आप लोग कोड लिख लो. Thank you. Bye bye everyone. पता. अक्षर, end the meeting and the live.